Getting some breakfast. Fill our bellies before we go to the factory, you know. I love this kind of street food. Street fruit vendors, street bakers, noodle makers. So he's making these like tofu and meat sesame bread sandwiches. He makes his own bread on this oven right here. Chinese style street cart food, so good. So we're in Dongguan, we just arrived. Gonna have a little banana before we go into the factory. Still recovering from a crazy night with the boys. Let's go print this shit. Hello everybody, welcome to the Paper and Ink vlog. My name is Shady. I've been in the book publishing business for 20 years. I was first hired as a graphic designer, and then shortly after that they brought me to China to print some of the books that I was designing, and I've been making books ever since. So in this particular episode, actually our first episode, we are going to show you about how they do the case wrapping on the hardbound books, how they do the foil stamping, how they gather the different signatures and put them together before the binding starts. And also we're going to show you about how they glue the end sheets to the book. So let's get into it. We are wrapping the cloth for Sanctuary onto the front cover case board, back cover case board, and to the spine. So let's go check it out. Go on the third floor. That's where they do the binding and assembling the case. There's a lot of workers up there, books everywhere. First floor is usually the printing room because the machines are so heavy they just keep them on the ground floor. And then everything goes up, gets assembled, comes down, boom, put on the truck. I'm trying to find my book. The place is too big. I checked over there where they're doing the case binding. Maybe it's on this side, I don't know. So right now they're adjusting the machine for the case wrapping. We're wrapping this cloth onto the case boards. That's the front case, the spine, and the back cover. The machine has a little bit of problems. They're calibrated. It's causing a little bit of wrinkling right now, so they're just going to tweak it, tweak the adjustments, and then we'll get started. And then later, we'll go to a different part of the factory, and we'll start doing the foil stamping that's going to go on the case board. So what they're doing here with this machine is on the Holly Smith book, they are gluing the end sheets to the first and last signature of the book. Applying a thin layer of glue right here to the last signature. It's not cut yet. Later, when they sew everything together, then the book will be trimmed to the right size. So because of the book size, it's too big, it's too wide in the landscape format. The paper cannot be put through the end paper binding machine or the gluing machine. So every piece of the first and last signature has to be hand done and glued by hand. It's like my first time to ever glue on end pages onto a signature. So they've been trying all morning to get this cloth on for sand and golf. Unfortunately, because of the size, the long landscape size, it's not going through the machine properly. So they tried to make a bunch of adjustments and they just couldn't do it. So now they're going to move to another factory that has the capability of a larger machine for larger kind of case wrapping. So this is finished, and now we're going to move on to doing Holly Smith. Now this should be pretty easy. It's a standard size, and let's go. So what they're doing with this little machine here is cutting off the corners before they put it onto the wrapping machine. I still have one more to do. And then it goes right into this machine here. It's going a lot better than sand and golf was. Now the cloth is wrapping perfectly onto the case boards. It looks beautiful. Next we'll start binding after the holiday, because right now, starting tomorrow, there's the China May 1st holiday. This is the front cover. This is the back cover board. These are the spine boards, right? Spine, it goes right there. Easy peasy. So what this machine does is they take the case material, whether or not it's paper or it's cloth, okay? They put a layer of glue down onto the case boards, bam, positions it right in the perfect location, puts the glue on, bam, put the spine in the perfect location, bam, back cover right in the perfect location. It wraps it up just like this, all in a matter of seconds. I counted that it can do around 130 cases per minute. And finally, you'll get something that looks like this. This is a finished case. Front cover, spine, back cover, front cover, spine, back cover. The glue is right in here, as you can see. And that's how it's done. We are gathering all the signatures and putting them in the correct order, from page 1 to the last page of the book, and then it will go and get sewn after this, and then obviously the end papers and everything else will be added, and the book will be bound and done. Now we have our complete book, from the front ends to the back ends, so all the pages in between. It's gonna go get sewn after the holiday, and then trimmed, cover put on, and everything else. So that's it. So we're officially done here at the factory. I thought it was just gonna be a morning thing, just to check some things out. Ended up being a problem with the case wrapping machine, and that delayed it. We got the ends done for both titles today. And we're gonna head back to the office and finish our day over there. So let's get out of here. So let's talk about the end sheets for a minute. So typically, the end sheets, or the end papers as they're called, are glued right here on this edge, and then applied to the first and last signature of the book. So you would glue this part right here, bam, and it goes onto the end sheet, just like that. And you'll get something like this, right? This is a signature, it's not trimmed yet, you know. However, because of the size of sand and golf, we cannot use the machine to apply the glue to the first signature. It had to be hand done. So they take the brush, they put the glue, and so then there's an assembly line for the workers to apply end sheet by end sheet, one by one, until it's all done. However, designed for life in the Deep South, the size was okay, and they were able to use the machine and just crank them out. Bang, 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 bang. So now that we finished the case wrapping, now we come to a specialized factory that just focuses on foil stamping. So we're gonna take the case that we've already done and apply the foil to the front and back of the case. So let's go check it out. So first what he'll do is he'll take some cases and then do some first tests to make sure that the stamping's in the right location. He'll move the dies around a little bit to get the position fine-tuned and perfect. And then once it's perfect, they'll go into mass production mode where they just start making case after case after case. So this is the foil. It just comes in these huge rolls and just keeps going. And what happens is that these brass dies that we have here, in another video, we're gonna go into more detail about how they make these die and go to show you the whole process. But basically what it's doing is this machine's going bam, and then the foil rolls down a little bit, bam. Foil rolls down a little bit, bam. Foil rolls down a little bit, bam. And while the machine's doing that, the guy's basically taking case after case. Like a ninja, one at a time. Like a ninja. And you get the final result. Sanctuary. This is the foil stamping. Front, back, spine, all in one go. The guy's doing about 50 of these a minute. Boom, boom. And that's how they do the foil stamping. Cheers. That's the end of our episode. Thank you for watching. Please, if you like this video, press the like button. Welcome to subscribe. And big thanks to Oro Editions, whose books we are making today. I'll put their info in the description below. And we're out of here. So, cheers.